Hello everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who leak video. In today's video we're going to be looking at a leak taken from Reddit about the 60th anniversary cast. But before we get into it, if you could do me a teeny tiny little favour and click that subscribe button, I'd be ever so grateful. We just passed 11,100 subscribers and our next stop is 11,200 subscribers, so if you could help me get there that would be ever so much appreciated. But with that said, let's get into the leak. Also good to note here that this is just speculation, these are just people posting things online. Could turn out not to be true, but we'll see. So this is just titled simply Doctor Who 60th Cast. Starting this off, I want to make it clear I am not an employee at Bad Wolf Studios, nor do I have any association with it. I work with LS Productions in Cardiff, and do not have anything to do with the production of Doctor Who, so take everything I have to say with a pinch of salt. However, the television industry is one based on who you know, and most of my friends also work in the industry, one of whom is currently working at Bad Wolf Studios. Here's everything I know so far. The working atmosphere at Bad Wolf right now is very stressful, with the company's ambitious goals for its future and the fact that it's taking on its most high-profile production to date. It's no wonder that there is a lot of pressure and tension within the studio. My friend does not have a big role within the studio, neither of us have been in the industry long enough. However, passing documents around in the financing offices has meant he's seen a few names flying around and heard a few office whisperings. From what I've heard, and please don't take this as fact, Russell, spelled incorrectly, has been unable to swing Peter Capaldi around to the idea of returning. There was a time where there was a conversation between him and Russell, but he is adamant that he is finished with the show. Eccleston was out of the picture from the start, so who is returning? Out of who will be in the main cast, it's unclear as it's being heavily kept under wraps until filming starts. Whilst it's probably safe to assume we could be seeing Tennant and Smith, seeing as both have expressed interest in returning to the show, I don't have any evidence to back up the fact that they have been asked. However, my friend noticed some agents' names further down the list. Judging from the salaries, it looks like these characters' roles will be cameos. Of course, these agents do work with other actors, but the agents of Peter Davison, again spelled incorrectly, Tom Baker, Sylvester McCoy, and David Bradley are all named in the documents my friend has passed on. He has not seen anything associated with Matt Smith, David Tennant, again spelled incorrectly, Jodie Whittaker, Paul McGann, again incorrect spelling, Colin Baker, again spelled incorrectly. This would either be because they are not in it, or they have a major role and are being kept very hidden. Okay, so this is interesting for a couple of reasons. In terms of the sort of legitimacy of it, obviously I'm not saying that the fact that it's spelled incorrectly means necessarily that it can't be true. Obviously it could be true, the person could just have bad spelling, but the fact that so many of the names are poorly spelt, does kind of make me think, was this just hurriedly put together by someone just for a laugh, just to get some attention, I guess. The idea of, there being stressful times at Bad Wolf, I guess makes sense. As they say, they are taking on big productions, they're taking on Doctor Who again, they're trying to be a big UK producer of content, Sony have just bought a majority stake, so it's inevitable, I suppose, that they've been, working really hard in there, so I guess that makes sense. In terms of cameo roles, they mentioned the agents of David Bradley, Peter Davison, Tom Baker, and Sylvester McCoy. So what this would mean is that we'd be seeing some classic Doctors returning, or at least, some cameo roles from the actors who play those Doctors. Obviously, Tom Baker could return in a very similar capacity to what he did in the 50th, with the Curator, and perhaps Sylvester could return in a similar fashion. I'd be happy to see some more classic Doctors be included, as well as just New Who ones. I think that is an important part of anniversaries, to celebrate as much of the show as you can. So I think having them in cameo roles makes a lot of sense. Again, David Bradley, he played the first Doctor as recently as 2017 with Twice Upon a Time, and he did work with Big Finish for a while as well after that, so I can see him coming back for an anniversary special or something. Interesting that they haven't necessarily seen anything with David Tennant or Matt Smith, but obviously I think we've all sort of agreed that if there is in fact a multi-Doctor story, then David and Matt are kind of the most likely. Jodie, I doubt at this point, because if those rumoured filming dates are true, then she'd still be pregnant at the time that they start filming, so whether she'd be able to come back, I'm not sure. And then Paul McGann or Colin Baker apparently haven't been approached either, or at least aren't mentioned in the documents that this guy's seen. Again, by this person's own admission, don't take this as like fact, I guess, but I'm skeptical because it's just so vague, and like, as I said, the spelling is so off that I feel like it's so deliberately off that it almost feels like it's been done on purpose to make it look fake, I guess. Someone in the reply says, "That's not much to go on, but at least my investigation of the names of the agencies representing the actors you mentioned partially corroborate with your story." I suppose in one aspect, if you really wanted to make up a leak, you'd probably be more likely to go for the bigger names that people would want more, I guess. But I don't know. I'm pretty skeptical of this one. But let me know in the comments below what you think about this leak. Like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. We do regular Doctor Who content here on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Shout out to Debs Iona, Shane Smith, Ree Keffin, Seb Lowndes, Jay Monroe, Hash Shandycoot, Patrick Mewson, Simon Ashley, Steve Safaro, Andrew Townser, and Alex Robbins. If you want to become a member, feel free to do so. It really helps out. You get exclusive posts, shout outs in every video, and even your own badge and custom emojis to use.